this world I can feel the pressure, but I can take it 'cause I'm not alone. Where the truth is given me to guide me through the darkness. I was so trapped, but it set me free.
Alright, well, this thing not cooling very well. Simply bouncing around. Feels hot. Yes, it feels hot. Over here, see what's going on. Compressor feels overheated. That's not good. Alright, go. Pull it. Let's see. Let's go down. Let's see what we got going on. I can see a burned wire there. Capacitor looks a little melted. So discharge that to kind of bring some ice for the compressor as well. The leads look all intact. Probably change the fan cap just for the heck of it. Change out this capacitor here. Let's see, we've got our black hot to the compressor, that's okay. Two reds. Oh, there's our red run wire right there, burned off. So, but I'm gonna change that capacitor anyway, so get that going. And I'm gonna bring a little ice for the compressor as well. And change the fan cap. Get it going. Okay. Got my ice, the compressor here. Get that started cooling down while we change things out. Got some new wire leads. New capacitor, it's a 35 microfarad capacitor and a little 5 microfarad capacitor for the fan motor. And yeah, so discharge of that. Always want to capacitor holds the charge in it even after the power is disconnected, so it's just good practice to discharge original leads, hold them on with the insulated portion of the screwdriver. And we've got our little mount here, so pull out the old one, slide in the new one. Hard starter kit looks pretty new, so I'm going to reuse that one. So what we've got was this wire lead that burned off. So I'll probably take this back to a good portion and just trim it up. Trim it off. That's on there good, so I'm going to leave that there. Got it, trim it. And check here. The old deal, make sure there's no wire strands in there. That's good there. Crimp our lead on. nice and tight. That's good. Okay, and then now we've got our hard start kit, yellow start wire. I like to usually put towards the back, since in the back we've got the common, the blue from the fan, and then the red going up to the contactor or the run side. Okay, we can pull out the old contactor, and like I was saying, you can see the oil started to come out, and just a little melty around the top. Okay, and on this it's a regular capacitor. It doesn't matter which side you go to, just the yellow start wire will be on its own line. Hard start kit will be one to each side, and then you have your common on the opposite side. And if you're using a dual cap, you want to pay attention to the letters, the C for common and the H for Herm, because that's particular. F for fan. There's your other deal. Make sure these are tight. Start one felt a little loose, so it's pinching down a little bit. Okay, and then our hard start can go one to each side. Now, sometimes this will have a little extra lead. I'll put that on the common side because that's really the only side where you're ever going to add anything else. Not that you're going to add anything else, but same. That one felt a little loose. Put it down there, and we'll set it in place. Go. Mount that there. And now we've just got our fan leads. Okay. And those felt a little loose as well, so any loose electrical connection can be a place for heat to build up. There we go, much better. Okay. And our ice, our compressor. Still pretty hot. Got some cold water. I'm gonna drink some myself, pour a little on the deal. And we'll fire it up. See if it'll start. If it doesn't start right away, I'll pull it, because what'll happen is the compressor has a thermal overload switch in it, and if it's tripped, it'll just continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter until it cools down and the thermal overload sensor separates. When it separates, it can restart. Actually, when it comes back together, it can restart. When the thermal overload is separated, compressor won't start. So it's not until that cools down and remakes the connection that it will be able to start. So if you apply power, it'll just start to heat up again. So if I try to start it, if it doesn't start up right away, I'll pull the disconnect, and we'll try again. Here goes, plugging in the disconnect. Actually, the field tried to move, so I wonder if we have a loose fuse here. That was just weird. Oh, my fuses. And squeeze these down a little. It's blazing hot. We're heading for the tail end of summer here. It's maybe 103 today, somewhere along those lines. And 2 more weeks in the hundreds, and then according to forecast will start dropping a little. So you can see okay, now we're nice and tight there. So we'll plug it in at our disconnect and we'll see. Okay, only the fan kicked on. So yeah, we're gonna have to let that compressor cool down. Probably going to take about 15-20 minutes with the ice on it. See if I have any nice ice water here. And it's possible the compressor can burn out as well. Let's hope that's not the case. Plenty hot. Yeah, let's just take 15-20 minutes, cool down, get it going. Okay, so ice kind of melted down. It's only been about 5 minutes. Water that's inside. Drip that around. The fact that it's overheating is probably a good sign that it's still working. Although I have seen it where the piston is thrown inside and then it just overheats because the piston is froze. Hopefully that's not the case here. I took an old fan motor just to weigh down the deal, stop it from shaking around, at least buy enough time. Not so hot. Compressor's still way hot. I'm going to plug it in and give it a shot. I'll just pull it again if there's nothing happens. How well that stopped the fan motor from shaking. Did a really good job there. I'm going to have to go ahead and pull it. Alright. Gonna have to let the puppy cool down. Alright. Okay, went down, got a little more ice to put on it. You know, the more you can case it, the faster it'll go. It'll just save a lot of time. Pull it down with the ice. Go ahead and give it a shot. Plug it back in and see how it goes. Pull it if it doesn't work. Takes a bit of time. Takes what it takes. Okay, I was able to get some ice as well, so hopefully can speed this puppy up. Let's see how hot it is. just melt right off, but the ice will work good to help remove the heat pretty quickly. Sometimes it'll kind of grab a little, sometimes not. But that'll help speed it up. Yeah, it's already cooled down quite a bit. Oh, fire it up. See if that does the trick. Yay! I did it. Now just stay with it for a bit. Make sure it stays nice and cold. It's already nice and cold, so that's really good. The refrigerant will start to cool off the compressor as well. And now our fan motor is not bouncing around too much, so I can change it out in the future. Might be time to change that filter dryer as well. But yeah, maybe just time for a new unit pretty soon. But it's still alive. Nice and cold, nice and chilly. Yeah, like I said, I'll stay with it for 5 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine because it was fine the other day, a couple days ago. So unless we had a major leak somewhere, which I don't think so, it's nice and cold. Alright, thanks for watching. KungFuMaintenance, over and out. Nice Palm Springs day. It's gonna probably start cooling down pretty soon, so glad for that.
Walking through this world like